Hello and welcome to Japan. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited to be with Jundi and Shogo. Shogo live for the first time with me. Jundi, you may recognize this face from before. As you can see, we're on the Nakamura booth and we're going to talk about technology. But before we get to that, quick introduction. Shogo, would you mind introducing yourself to the audience?
Yeah, hello everyone. So I'm Shogo Nakamura, CEO of Nakamura-Tome. So Tony and I, long-term friend on LinkedIn, it's finally met today.
Yes.
Yeah, it's so exciting. So today we have the booth with many technology and 8 machine. I will show you some technology and machine for you.
Possibly technology you had not seen before, so stay tuned for that. Jundi, quick introduction of who you are to the audience.
Yeah, I'm Jundi Oyama. My job is to travel around and follow you. I have been interviewed for you in many places in the world.
We are following each other a lot, aren't we?
Yeah.
All right, with that being said, Jundi, I'll see you in just a minute, my friend.
Perfect.
Yes, sir. Shogo, let's talk
Let's
about
go.
some technology. Guys, follow me right over here. This is kind of looks like one of your bigger machines. When I think of Nakamura and I think of the bar feeds and I think of the gantries and the
Yep.
automation, this one kind of engulfs the size of a lot of the other ones. Let's talk about what this machine can offer the audience watching right now.
Okay, firstly the outline. It's so simple and so stylish. And big window, and both machining side and magazine side. You can clearly see what happened inside of the machine.
So taking a look inside the machine, I see a turret, I see 2 turning areas here,
Yep.
and I see a main spindle more or less. A lot of times when people think turning, they only think turning. So when you're throwing something in there like that, you can also do milling, I already get excited. Let's talk
Yeah,
about
of
the differences from this machine compared to whatever else might be out there right now.
Okay, so this tool spindle is the world shortest tool spindle.
The world's shortest.
Yeah, so
What?
in this size multitasking machine.
And when we say world's shortest, Shogo, are we losing power by being the shortest, or are we
No.
only just gaining more space?
Yeah, it's so powerful and so compact, but it's so powerful. We call this anti-smart cube. So I will show real machining after that, but it's so powerful. And this is 349.1 millimeter, 0.1 millimeter longness.
Wow.
So this is very special. So, and also we have the rigid lower turret. Yeah. And also left and right spindle. This is configuration. I will show you one part.
Yes, please. So we'll grab that part. Also, I'm going to grab this while we're at it
Oh,
because
yeah.
you're talking about being
Okay,
the world's
okay.
shortest spindle.
Okay.
And I want to show the audience watching right now
Yeah.
the difference between what this spindle is compared to maybe previously or other things you've seen out there. And by reducing that overall size, but by keeping the power, we actually have the ability to have more capacity here and make
Yeah.
larger parts. That's correct,
Yeah,
right?
That's correct. And also, these pads. These pads have a OD and ID turning and roto milling process and inner gear cutting. So normally, so many guests is answered this pads made by 4 machine, 5 machine, 6 machine. But our answer is just 1 machine from material to complete parts. 1 machine is this JX200. Yep.
I'd like to hold this part as well, if that's all right, because
Oh,
this
yeah,
is
it's so
quite
heavy.
beautiful. Look at the gears that are in there, taking 6 operations, turning it into 1. I mean,
Yeah.
that's the magic of this machine.
Yeah, this is the magic. And from 6 operation to 1 machine is dramatically reduce the setup time, dramatically reduce also space of the machine, and also no work in progress, no transportation between machine. It's cut a lot of burden of the factory. Okay, if the tool spindle 130 millimeter longer, what happened? It's completely crash. So with lower turret and right spindle, this is a problem. So true multitasking machine need every unit should be busy. And this is tool spindle have the long boring tool, and lower turret can access to right spindle with OD turning tool. So this is very important, simultaneous machining left and right. This is so busy situation. But you know, if it collision, so customer need a rest, this right spindle and lower turret. Firstly, with fullback, so we stroke XY, and this is 100 millimeter square. So this is very important also. If without this strokeness, and you need to rotate the C-axis. So C-axis rotation means that it takes a time and it's not good for the accuracy. And this is very important to easy to use to make the machining such parts. And also one more thing. Yeah, one more item coming.
There's that cardboard. I like it.
Yeah. So indexing, so for the cross milling tool, this position is very important. So it access face of chuck. So it's close to face of chuck. Yeah, you know.
Normally this would crash, wouldn't it?
Yeah. So normally they have current multitasking machine have the limitation of the Z-axis travel. So like that. So if we Z-axis travel stop like this, and so customer have the limitation of the workpiece. This is a problem. And even the other machine tool builder can access from the lower turret to the right spindle. So at that point, they shape the cover line and material. And this cardboard appear like that. It means that it's like long head dinosaur. Yeah? This shape. And it means it's like a stand up one leg. And it's so weak and not stable. And every unit should be busy and stable. This is very important.
So to bring this whole thing full circle with buzzwords, let's also talk about the flexibility,
Yeah,
and
flexibility.
automation side. You
That's
can
right.
actually add cobots, robots, bar feeds, everything that Nakamura is famous for to this existing operation as well, can't you?
Exactly. Of course, we have also the magazine and up to 120. So this is the 18 tools version. And this is very suitable for automation system and nighttime and daytime and so holiday. So at holiday, this machine can work for you.
And I can have a holiday.
Oh yeah, let's go.
Yeah, right? We need a holiday from time to time. So is this machine available in the US market right now?
Of course.
Of course. So you guys, if you're interested in this, get in touch with Methods Machine Tools, get in touch with Shogo, my friend here. This is the combination of bringing everything full circle, 6 operations into 1 operation, flexibility, automation, reliability, precision, as you mentioned here on the main spindle, main turret, everything included into 1. With that being said, Shogo, you are amazing. I am now going to join Jundi
Thank you.
over on the other machine. I'm going to steal this from you if that's okay.
Okay, no problem.
Thank you so much for your
That's a good
time.
opportunity.
Audience, let's go take a look at this other machine. Jundi is ready for us. You recognize his famous smiling face from many other episodes on MTD. I have also seen him around the world. Jundi, good to see you again.
Good to see you too.
Now,
Very nice.
I'm going to give a quick summary because we're talking about a swing on this machine. We're talking about software that's state of the art. We're
Yes.
talking about the ability to automate. We're talking about added rigidity in the live tooling. There's so many bits and pieces that we're going to go into detail with on this machine because it combines an array of your machines into one and allows a customer to go, well, all I need is about 25 of these, right?
No, definitely. I think this machine is much simpler than the machine we saw before. But I think the point here is that still a lot of customers that have 2X lathes and many other devices that can be changed for one machine. And I think that will be the first level for multitasking. So this machine, we really believe that can cover that area. And that's why it's so important for us. So for the start, this machine was, you can see the second generation. So basically, this machine is replacing, we have a C150, 250, 200, the old style in this area. So this machine will replace all that.
Wow.
So it's a machine that has a range, then will be the C100, the 200 Mark II, then 300 Mark II. So inside this machine, basically, one of the points, as you said before,
It's going to be the swing, right? We're going to
Yes.
swing on over to it. So
it is.
when we say swing, it makes sense to us, but I like to make sure the audience also understands what we're talking about. When we say swing, what are we referring to?
Normally, inside the machine, basically, you have the chuck, and basically this, for example, is an 18 chuck. But many parts today, you need a bigger space for different parts and shapes. So basically, you need a bigger swing. Swing basically is the diameter that you can rotate in the spindle. So basically, that swing is also one of the big points of this machine, because being in the middle, you need to replace many other machines, so you need to be very flexible.
Right.
So being able to have that kind of diameter is also help a lot.
So having that kind of diameter, ultimately a larger swing, let's keep it real simple, real quick, a larger
Yes.
swing gives what to the audience? A larger workpiece?
Normally, for example, when you have index chuck, the workpiece is not so big, but the chuck is very big. In that case, for example, having a big swing will help a lot. So in many cases that where the clamping of the part requires a different device that take a lot of space, and that is where the big swing will help you a lot with this machine.
Well, Jundi, thank you so much for sharing how that swing actually works. There's a lot of us out there that understand, but it's also very important to understand we have a broad audience and we're all learning,
Yes,
right?
yes.
The next step that we're learning about today is the software, which looks a lot to me like a smartphone.
Yes. Now the new software basically is a PC-based control with touchscreen. With the new software, we basically can add a lot of software that we make for multitasking machine. And being able to put this kind of software inside and also have all the manuals inside the machine, that can help a lot the operator in the field. So this is another big advantage of having this new control on this machine.
Yeah, I agree. Anything we can make simpler, where information is at our fingertips, where most of us understand now how a smartphone works, this is the best way to go about it, right?
Definitely.
But this is not the end of this machine. We're talking about the combination of a lot of machines. We're talking about the cost effectiveness of it compared to the previous machine we were just looking at. But there's more to it. You're talking about the rigidity inside of this gearbox
basically, on the live tool, we changed the design inside. So now we have better surface finish when working and also much more power. And I think that's another important part of this machine is to be able to mill more, not only turning. And that is how you can make this machine flexible to do a part complete. And that is where I think is still a lot of customer that's not at that level. And this machine will be the entry level for multitasking. And then can help a lot of customer on that way.
With that being said, let's bring this conversation to not necessarily a close, but as we're closing this out, automation. You can put a gantry on here.
Yes.
You can add a cobot robot. Talk about the automation side of what the audience can add.
This machine, another goal is to have automation from Nakamura-Tome. And that is the reason why this machine will be available with gantry. But new gantry will be different. So we want to add flexibility. So one point of adding flexibility means today you are working a flange work, for example. Tomorrow you need to work a shaft. So the new gantry will be designed so you can change from flange work to shaft work in the field. I think today automation is important, but flexibility is another key word where this machine will help on that side too.
Well, I think the stereotype or even the misconceptions out there when we see a gantry is that I'm going to have to run 1,000 parts or 2,000 or 10,000. It's going to be one of those things that are difficult to switch over, so my investment must be in a project that's a long-term project. And what you're telling me now is I have that flexibility that I can switch from one day to the next day to the next day for the audience that's watching right now. Is that correct?
Yes, that's correct. So I think that kind of flexibility is necessary today because many customers today have much smaller lot and they change work a lot. So I think one of the part of being more flexible is another part that can help you a lot. So I think this machine overall we aim for rigidity, stability, but also flexibility. I think that's another point that's very important on this machine.
Very well said, Jundi. We're going to close this thing out by inviting Shogo back to the camera one more time to thank you all for watching. My friends out there, this is Nakamura, this is my friend Shogo, this is my friend Jundi, and this is technology that can help you succeed by combining the rigidity, flexibility, reliability, accuracy, precision, all of these adjectives that we need in our lives to create, ultimately, the equal sign, success. Thank you all for watching, and we'll see you again real soon.
Thank you very much.